Let me just fix the couple things that always need fixed. I'm tempted. Okay. Hello. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. This is one of the festival outfits. Whoop, whoop. I'm so excited. Look how cool that is. That looks so neat. That's how we're starting all the streams now. Waking you up for your Friday. Thank you, though. Seriously, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hit the like. It's free. I'm going to be working on this today. Well, we're talking about stuff. How fun, right? It's a messy fun day. Thought I'll check this out. This is for the mushroom hat that I've been building. Look at this. How adorable. Don't forget to like, subscribe. It's free. And I really appreciate it. I hope you're all doing well. Wow, what is going on with Bam Margera, you guys? Oh my goodness. That's what I'm going to talk about today because there's a lot going on there. And it is a lot. It's a lot. And I've been following the lore. And I'm a genuine fan of Bam CKY. Like even back in his skater days. I was following it. I was on it. Sorry, I gotta get the gloves on. I should have wore like or grabbed an apron just in case, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. We're going Bob Moss today. Happy accidents. I can't even help but like bop to this music. I feel like we're getting ready to do surgery. Don't be scared by the gloves. Don't be intimidated. Just working on some more, okay? Okay. So what's up, turds, nerds, freaks, and geeks, and all in between? It's me, your girl, Daisy Dame. Welcome to, or welcome back to, my channel. I'm genuinely blessed to have you here. I should have stirred this first. So, yeah, the outfit of the day today is one of my hippie festival outfits. This is day 2 outfit because day 1 outfit is all angelic and white and so cute. It's adorable. And yeah, this one is more like steampunk, more, yeah, steampunk is how I think it would be best described because it's got like these arm bands. It's got this wicked cool skirt, which I'll show you for just a moment. Should have did that first. But thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing better now that I've gotten some rest. Much needed rest. So this is the skirt. Don't worry, I have leggings on. Do not be afraid. It's okay. So I have leggings on, then there's this, and then there's the skirt, and then, yeah, I look like I'm about to go frolicking in the woods. That's about right. Oh, and this goes over the top too. That's the whole thing. But watch this. This is so cool. I was taking like a couple pictures with it just because I'm getting like festival ready, prepared, ready with the arts and stuff, right? So I was taking some pictures and I'm like, oh, this looks so pretty. It looks so cool. And then I forget how I did it. I'm going to have to think for a second. But somehow I ended up wrapping it like around my hat to where it looks super cute. Oh, I totally would wear it like draped too. Like walking around like that for sure. Nobody can talk to me. That would be actually pretty cool if I did it like that. See, this is what I mean. I am so pale that I have to do this. I have to hide from the sun. I wish I was kidding. But literally, look how cool that is. So yeah, I was just trying different ways of making it look really neat. And there was a couple that looked really cool. Yeah, I would totally walk around like that. What am I, Kanye? People are going to be like, who is that? Is that a celebrity? That's a joke, everybody. That's a joke. Okay, I think what I did was I took it and I wrapped it first. But listen, this isn't about fashion and such. It's supposed to be about Bam Margera, so I promise I'm getting there. Hi there. Let me just try the one more because it's like wrap, wrap. Yeah, that looks so crazy cool. So you can end up like putting the brim up. Yeah, look at that. For sure. I'm wearing this kind of thing around for sure. It's definitely steampunk. It screams like I'm a post-apocalypse. It screams like the world caught fire and now I'm existing. Okay, enough of that. But yeah, so this is one of my cosplays. Ta-da! One of my festival outfits. Ta-da! And now we'll get into the whole BAM thing. But thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you. And I really do appreciate it. So, the free BAM movement is a very real thing, okay? I don't know if you knew this, but it is very real. This movement started online, okay? Bam Margera is an OG. If you don't know what that means, it's original gangsta. So, he's from the days of CKY, emo kids, emo music, scene kids, that kind of stuff. Bam has found his success alone, on his own, and with others. And yeah, he became like a well-known person there in the 90s and early 2000s. Don't forget that, like, it's free. And they were, like, pretty popular, getting pretty well-known, right? So, Bam helps actually pave the way for this type of influencer, believe it or not. Bam Margera is one of the first ones to start this, first of all, recording themselves in this way and posting it. Trust me, I know that there was skateboarding greats, but they weren't doing it like this. They weren't doing it where they had their own band, where they were, you know, actively doing all this work. And Bam himself admits he's editing these videos. And back then, editing was not like it is now. I'll tell you what. It was like way different, way different. And especially if you're using your own, like, remember the DVD, even doing a DVD, like mixing a DVD was like complicated in its own way, right? So I just find it really curious that Bam really did pave the way for this type of influencer, the type of schemes and pranks, the type of buffoonery, right? The silliness, the chaotic type of influencer, the influencer that makes pranks on YouTube that everybody just gets annoyed by, that type of person, right? But hey, listen, Viva la Bam, I love Bam Margera. I always have. I'm a true fan, actually, believe it or not. I think that he's a good dude and he's been done wrong. That's what I truly believe this. There are good people, believe it or not, that like get well known. They're just few and far apart. Like they still have souls. There's a few of them that just do it in their own way, right? So they created this new type of influencer in pop culture and they stood out. They stood out. And he's always been very creative and very expressive. And it was his skating videos and all of that in the band that got him to where he ended up being, which is with Johnny Knoxville and Steveo and the rest of them on Jiggers, right? If you guys didn't realize, some of you, I forgot, didn't see what I'm doing. I'm just over here like, there we go. This is a mushroom hat. But okay, so we've spoken about Bam and Knoxville and their whole situation and how Bam is like, I'm upset with Knoxville, right? Bam is not happy with Johnny Knoxville. I'm not happy with Johnny Knoxville. I think he's a little wimpy baby boy. Wimpy baby boy, Knoxville. That's what I think. And I'm sure that that would really chop his buns. Because you guys know, I'm not someone that's cruel. I'm not somebody that, like, picks on others. But if there's somebody that's going to be hypersensitive about, like, the word beta or, like, something ridiculous, yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because it's funny to me. Like, the lol cows. They exist, okay? So, yeah, the thing is they had this very profitable formula. Knoxville and Bam Margera and Steveo, right? Like they had this profitable formula of just doing these stunts, doing these schemes, pranking on one another, and it became like a big thing. It was not just them doing it. All of a sudden, all these other people are running into each other from across the room, yelling "Jackers!" and laughing about it so hard that their pants might rip. Legit, these things were happening. Like, I wish I could make this thing up, but like, this is true, okay? These are true happenstances. I've seen them firsthand. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to hit the like. It's free. I'm working on some paper mache while we're talking about BAM, and I appreciate you all. So, yeah, I think that they found this profitable formula, but it couldn't last. They knew it couldn't last. They were putting themselves and their bodies through so much. Like, they were treating their body like it was a freaking trampoline. They were jumping all over that beat, right? Like, they did not think twice about wrecking their physical being at all because of the pay, right? They were like, forget my body. And first of all, they're skaters and they're used to like tumbles and falls and stuff. So to a degree, and Knoxville did start as a pseudo stunt man. And we know that Steveo went to clown college, but he couldn't even get into that, right? Like, he couldn't even be a clown. So there's that. I am very upset with Steveo at the moment because I really feel like he's enabling some of the things and the trauma that I do believe that Bam Margera has had to live through. Listen, I'm no specialist, okay? I have no degree in that. I cannot diagnose people. This is simply my opinion of what I think is going on with the whole ordeal, right? My opinion, allegedly. But this is what I'm seeing. So they're doing a lot of bodily harm. This formula, although profitable, it couldn't last. And eventually they would realize that. They would realize that they could no longer put themselves in harm's way, right? And I think the type of personalities they have, they enjoy that. Some people really enjoy that risk factor, right? Or some people really just don't feel pain, so they need, or not that they need to, but they want to feel physical pain so that they have some, I know that sounds really messed up, but measure, right, of like what pain is, I know, weird. It's just what it is. The mind is a weird thing. But we do see this with Bam. That's why I say it, because Bam himself states on the surprise witness that he was fine with these physical pain because he didn't feel any other type of pain. Seeing more and more of that, huh? That's sad. That makes me the sad. I mean, maybe it would be nice not to feel pain, but no, never mind. I don't think so. I'm glad that I have the full range of my emotions. Let's just say that. So, yeah, I just think that they realized that it couldn't be done over and over and over. It had to change. And like I said, I don't want to focus on Knoxville or Steveo too much because we'll address that later. And I'm just, yeah, I have my own views about them. I just think they're not very good friends, okay? And I think that something that obviously made this hard was everything with Ryan Dunn, and we'll get into that as well. But I do really want to keep focus on Bam because they're in the news again, they're in the spotlight again, they're doing a series of videos with that surprise witness, which I think are very significant if anybody, is concerned about these wild conservatorships and how they're actually controlling some of these celebrities' lives. Like, it's exactly as we thought, but, let's not say that. Because most people knew already that celebrities had very little control over their own lives, and now we're seeing that play out right in front of us. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a whole doozy, and I guess they were missing recently, so that's why the whole most recent latest news. But we'll get into that too. We got a little bit to go, so thank you so much, you guys, for hanging out with me, for caring about freedom and Bam's right to live, the right to live, you guys, like just to exist in this world without constantly feeling like somebody's watching you or following you or you're fearful. Literally, I don't doubt that they are fearful that at any moment they could be sprung up on and taken away. That's a scary feeling, you guys. That's a scary thing to be like, wow, because of whatever XYZ, people can spring up in my life and just take me away and haul me off and put me away for a 90-day stay. Oh, but not just one. Not just one. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not for Bam. For Bam, they themselves, again, state that they're the definition of the rehab shuffle, which we had spoken about before as well, but I'll go more into that in a minute. So I could see that. I could see it. And a few months ago, I was just minding my business like I do, minding my business. And I first found all this madness due to Soft White Underbelly and the Amanda Rapp story. And then I ran into Lima. Lima is the villain in the story, okay? For anyone confused, for anyone not caught up, for anyone that doesn't know a lick about it, that's what it is, okay? Lima is bad guy. So is Soft White Underbelly. Essentially, they took this woman off the street, and they were like, listen, we're going to help you get recovery. You got to let us tape you, da-da-da-da, right? Like, there's going to be things set in place if I help you recover. Like, you have to let us record you. You have to let us, record the process. You have to give us the praise for getting you the recovery, so on and so forth, right? What a messed up thing to do to someone. What a messed up thing to do. This poor woman living on the street, just struggling through life. And these terrors come into their life and destroy it. That's what they did. So they're claiming that they're trying to help this person. They did not help this person. This person, rest their heart, because they did end up passing, which is just the saddest thing. But they were said to have things like schizophrenia and so on and so forth. And they put this person through VR treatment, y'all. VR treatment. First of all, what? For someone with schizophrenia, like, listen, I know that not everybody deals with those with special powers, special needs, certain things, but they are very real, and it's just not a good mix. Like, that should have been a given. I'm all for the futuristic medical use of VR if it really does help people in a positive way, but this was not a positive way. This was triggering Amanda Rapp on purpose, and this part is significant to the entire story because it shows us Bam's fate. It shows us the future of Bam Margera if he were not to get help, if he were not to speak out, if he were not to say anything. He would continue to forever stay in the Florida Shuffle, which is going to rehab, 90-day stay, 90-day stay, 90-day stay. They hit your insurance, 90-day stay, they hit your insurance, again, and again, and again, and again, 11 times. 11 times. So first of all, let's go back to imagining if someone just took your freedom, right? Let's just go back to that for a second. Imagine if your family said you're a danger to yourself, we're going to 5150 you. You've got to go. And you can be held without your consent for up to 72 hours if you are a danger to yourself. Listen, for certain people, maybe this is the route. Like, maybe this is the way to go. But they've got to understand that people would manipulate and use that system against others. And they have. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing something that's meant to help people destroy lives. And how is it that they can just take someone's freedom away like that and say, you have to come with us? Well, it's when they can show that this person has done harm to themselves. For example, Eugenia Cooney, when her friends set up a circumstance where she could be evaluated by professionals, she did end up having to go away for a couple-day stay, which was then followed up by a longer stay. Eugenia herself says this was a very traumatic situation. She felt helpless. She felt scared. And listen, I think that what those friends did for Eugenia is more than anyone will ever go out of their way to do something so amazing. We could all hope to have friends like that in our corner, genuinely. Like, if someone, seriously, I do mean that, right? But when people are taking advantage of this and 5150 someone with no proof that they have been harmed, harmful, erratic, manic, there's no explanation, right? Other than the people in Bam Margera's life setting him up to be in a position where he's vulnerable and then he gets taken away. That's terrible, horrifying, scary. And we have to think to ourselves, if this could happen to someone who's considered a celebrity, then what happens if it happens to the everyday Joe Schmo? What help does Joe Schmo have? No help at all. That's what. That's what, right? And that's scary. That's scary. That's sad. That's alarming. It's like, whoa, this is wild. This should not be happening, right? Thank you for those of you who are joining me. I'm making a mushroom hat. And it's on its second layer of paper mache. That's what I'm working on if you're curious. Please hit the like. It's free. We're talking about Bam Margera, his recent circumstances, and all that's going on with that. So I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, we have a bit more to go, so don't worry. Yeah, because of this Amanda Rapp story, I ran into the surprise witness, by the way. And oh my goodness, I really appreciate not only the high quality of their content, but how easily understood the surprise witness makes all of this, right? How comprehensive and in layman terms they put everything for, people like me who don't understand all this law lingo. Like, I don't get it. I don't get law lingo. Sorry, I'm an artist. I'm over here paper macheing. What do I know about the law? I know my best friend studied the law. That's what I know. That's what I know about the law, okay? And if I have any questions, I ask them. I'm like, yo, what's this about? Okay, and they tell me. But listen, I appreciate that surprise witness. I appreciate their content. They made it easy to understand what was happening. And speaking of this channel, like, who are they, right? Well, they themselves went to school for law, right? They have a background in all of this. So they, more than anyone, see the, how would you put it? How do you say? the disregard for human life, right? How is this so? Like, how is this even possible? By the way, this is my first attempt at the mushroom hats. Thank you so much for joining me. And it turned out like Toad. So there's that. How fun, right? Look how cute this is. I think I'm going to try and sell one or two of them because I think I made like 3 in total. But, or I'll just let my sister and my niece wear them. I still have to finish painting it and cutting it, but look how funny this is, y'all. Walking around with a wobbly mushroom head. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I gotta pick the colors for this one. This one looks like I said, it just did not turn out in a mushroom shape at all unless it's like a toad. And it's like, darn it. But that's okay. I look like Toad from Mario. Adorable. So that's why I was like, I have to redo it. So that's why I'm here, where I'm at now with this one, like this. And by the way, I am just going to start wearing like my cosplays and festival outfits throughout the summer. We're going to see how that goes for my streams. If people are digging it, if more people are jumping in and joining us, then it'll stay. And if not, then we know we tried, right? I know I tried. All right. Thank you again so much for joining me. But, okay, so this person, they have a degree, so on and so forth. They deep dive, they do their research. It's really in-depth. It's really well done. And they did research and videos on the Amanda Rapp story. So not only did I see it via Software Underbelly, but I saw it via That Surprise Witness, and I thought this was all very interesting. It's curious, how could this happen to this poor person? How could it happen? Well, when you get into a certain circumstance and you sign your life away to another person, that's how, right? That's how. And it's sad. And I think that Bam might be in a position where somehow he's obligated to these people. Somehow they're connected in one way or another, that Lima keeps chasing him down. For those of you who didn't know, Bam recently went missing again. He's in the news again. So that's why we're talking about all this. So yeah, they deep dive into all of these things. They really do their research. They really do their homework. So much so that Bam Margera themselves went onto the channel and was like, I never had heard about you before this. I never knew about the Free Bam movement before this. And I want to talk to you. And how do you know all this, right? And she's like, basically, I just did my homework and I followed the trail of where they had been putting him, and so on and so forth, and the clues that were so clear. So, just very interesting. Yeah, when I first heard about Amanda Rapp, I was horrified. I, too, could not understand why a total stranger would be footing the bill for someone's recovery. Let me tell you that again. foot in the bill for someone's recovery. Bam himself states that recovery is a hefty price to pay. Hefty. That's why, like, Lord, I hope you guys never ever have to go through something like that where it's so pricey like this. Just take care of yourselves, and if you ever do suffer some affliction, know that you're worthy, you're worth it, and you deserve a good life, and one day at a time, and you can get through it. We do recover. So it's just wild to me. Why is this stranger footing the bill, right, for Amanda Rabb? And this is all around the time when Lima is going through a lot themselves. And I don't know why they ever thought it was okay, again, to give VR treatment to someone with schizophrenia. Like, this seems very simple to me. Very simple. Schizophrenia. It even says in VR and all that, in the instructions, it'll say, if you're suffering some heavy, like, hearing voices, schizophrenia, da-da-da, you don't use this. Don't use it. Don't use it. Because you won't be able to tell the difference. What's a voice? What's the game? When are you acting out? It makes me so angry because I can just see how all of this can be turned against people. It's so frustrating. So this person was obviously affliction ridden, and it's just it wasn't appropriate to use VR in that circumstance. That's my, unprofessional opinion. It seems like a proper storm. That's what happened with the whole Amanda Rabb story. And Lima and Soft White Underbelly had involvement in this circumstance. They were the ones that were of care to this person. They were in control of their care. And the people that knew said that this could be homicide. They said that this could be allegedly, just saying this is what I've heard, what I've seen, that if it wasn't natural causes, it would be homicide. What does homicide mean? It means there's someone to blame. Someone to blame. Who could that be? A plus B equals... Oh, okay. Oh, I couldn't live with that either, Lima. I couldn't live with that either. I couldn't live with that. I couldn't live with that. I couldn't live with myself. If somebody was under my care, passed suspiciously, not me. Not me, not the one. No. Whew. So I have done prior videos on this. If you haven't seen them, do check those out because it does go along with the whole thing. Okay? Yeah, I want to be very clear. I've been a Bam supporter the whole way. Like, I'm not some impartial, like, non-biased, da-da-da. No. Been a fan of Bam. I like Bam. Bam is cool. Bam should be left alone at this point. Why don't they just leave him alone? Grown adult makes grown adult choice. Other grown adult says no. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. The logic, though. The logic. My brain has to do hurdles. So since the days of CKY and JK, okay, and Viva La Bam, Bam always seemed to have this deep love for life. And he knew the importance of family. And I love that. I love that, okay? That's why what happened next will literally shock us all, okay? So Amanda passes, and it was obviously felt very deep by so many. Lima is the only one that was just like that. But so Lima's essentially trying to find a way to clear their reputation, clear their name, and they're looking at Bam Margera as that golden ticket. Bam Margera is that golden ticket placed right in front of Lima to freedom. And Lima goes, okay, let's do it. Sure. Not a second thought. Not a second freaking thought. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So she wanted to be Bam's savior. She wanted to be known as Bam's savior. That's the problem. That's the problem, okay? But instead, she became the devil in the details, and that's facts. Those who showed concern were mocked by Lima and their friends and the family for Bam Margera. Steveo mocked concerned, loyal fans of Bam Margera, gaslighting them. Like, if ever gaslighting, that word, ding, 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 the word of the month. We're going to go with that, right? It's now gaslighting. Every time you hear it, just, right? That's what was happening. They're essentially gaslighting their friends and audience that Bam's situation is so much more than it is. When really this dude's just trying to live. But he's always being followed and chased and continuously pursued. That's weird to me, right? Doesn't that seem weird? And again, a stranger is footing the bill. What's to gain from this? What's to gain from a stranger footing somebody else's bill for rehab? I really want to know. Is it so they're holier than thou? Yes, I said Bam Margera was all me. And by the way, recovery doesn't work the same for everybody. Just so you know, like I know you all are smart enough to know this. Okay, this community is so intelligent. I just love it. And even if I'm off by some bit, you all kind of correct me in the comments, and I love that. I love to learn. But the audacity of these people, the nerve, okay? Bam has once again been in the news, and apparently this time he ran away, and he's in fear for his life. How curious is this, that this keeps happening with these Hollywood people, that they're in fear for their lives, and they're running. They're on the run. They are going. They're going, gone. They're like, peace, I cannot do this anymore. Well, he wouldn't be the only one. You know, remember Drake Bell? That's a totally different circumstance. But they were said to be running for their life and scared. Why is everybody so scared? What you so scared of? Big boogeyman gonna hunt you down? Come back to Hollywood. You must be famous. Like what? I want to know. What is it? Why do they feel like they're in such danger? Well, for Bam, it's because he doesn't want to be put away again. And I get that. I wouldn't want to be put away. I just couldn't. So, yeah, these situations are curious. Bam has reported to be on the run, but recently they said he was found again. This is the most recent news, is that he was found again. He turned himself in. Why does he have to turn himself in? Why is he considered on the run? Why can't grown man without them? It's just curious to me. Why? What? All right, let's get back to this a bit. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Let me know. What are your thoughts in the comments down below, whether you're watching this after or during. That's fine. We have a bit longer together, and I love that. I love that we get to spend more time together. I'm sorry that sometimes it's not the most convenient time of day, but for those of you who do get to make it to hang out, oh, blessed be your hearts by the Irish love. Blessed be your souls. From my pot of gold to yours. May the Irish love bless you and carry you through the day. I think that's one of the first accents of the stream, y'all. Whoop, whoop. Can't contain myself. It's going to happen. No, maybe second or third, because I did do a southern one once or twice. Okay, moving along. And for those of you just joining me, I'm paper macheing a mushroom. That's all I'm going to say about it. And I'm wearing my festival outfit. And I'm just going to keep wearing my festival outfits because that's what I want to do. Okay. Yeah, it's just wild to me. Why does this theme emerge? Why is everybody so scared? Who's coming to get you? Who's the boogeyman? Who are they running from? Why are they running? Why are they considered on the run? And who is after them now? And here's the thing. Ever since Bam ran into Lima, Lima has literally had Bam running from her the whole time. Like, ran into Lima, and now he's been running from Lima the whole time. But he says he loves her, but he says she's a good gal, you know? What kind of good gal wants to take away your freedoms, Bam? I know you're a nice dude, and you just want to say that she's nice because maybe she helped you out, but, bruh, you gotta wake up to what's happening, man. And I think that's what happened, y'all. Here we go. Ready? Here's the meat and potatoes, if you will. The Irish double-baked chunky potatoes. Apparently, Bam called his family and said some really crazy things. You know what I think happened? Bam called up his family and told them about themselves. That's what I think happened. I think Bam called up his family and said, you know what? You've been telling me to recover my whole life. You've been chasing me down my whole life. Now I'm coming at you. Okay? Maybe you should take accountability for your own dang self. Maybe you need to stop focusing so much on what I'm doing and start focusing on what you're doing. You know, April. April. Did you guys ever see the Bam Margera, like Viva La Bam and all that? Man, I used to love his parents too. I really did. I loved his parents until I saw April setting him up on video multiple times, getting this man to drink so that they would take him, lying on this man's name, saying he was saying horrific things, just like these phone calls, saying crazy things to his parents. I wonder what it was. I really think he called his family and told them about themselves. He was like, listen, I've sought recovery. I'm willing to seek recovery. I did what it took. I wanted to be in that movie, the new Jackass movie. He really wanted to be in that, right? He was going to do what it took, right? But it didn't matter. It didn't matter because he did what it took, and guess what happened? Ooh, got picked up again, thrown right back into rehab. Why do they want you in rehab? I know why. Do you? The answer is, ding, 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 conservatorships. Yes, sir. Bam Margera was about to be the next Britney Spears. That's what was happening. That's what was happening, and that's why we say free Bam. Because his freedoms and his rights were being violated and taken from him. And it's not a joke. Like, this is genuine. Like, this dude, I feel bad for him. He shouldn't have to live like this. He shouldn't have to live in fear. Like, he just wants to enjoy his life. Like, let the man be. There comes a point where we have to take responsibility for our own actions. Again, I know that my community is smart enough to know these things. I know that you all learned that long ago, right? But sometimes we could all use a reminder. And for those who don't know, now you do. I think Bam was willing to own up that he done messed up, that he was doing wrong for a long time, and that he did want to do right. He's proven time and time again, okay, if you promise me this gets me to my child, I'll do it. Okay, if you promise me this time I get to see my kid, I'll do it. How do you get someone to do whatever you want? How? You take the thing that they love most. You take away the thing that they love most. You subtract what they love more than anything. And for Bam, that's his son. And let me tell you what. For someone in recovery to have their main source of power to stay sober taken away from them, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? He was living for that child, breathing for that child, getting sober for that child. It makes me so angry. You shouldn't be able to use someone's family against them. And this hasn't happened to just Bam Margera. It's happened to countless others too, where their children are used as a pawn in some sick game to get them to behave in a certain way. And it ain't right. It ain't right. They told Britney Spears you can't even have kids. It's not funny. It's really tragic. But that's the truth. They did. They said, you can't have no babies. You got to get rid of it. If you get pregnant on it, it's got to go. You are the, it girl. You can't get pregnant on. But her little sister, she was like, watch me. I can. Darn you, Jamie Lynn. You never suffered a day in your life. Her entitled little booty just upsets me sometimes. Listen, Jamie Lynn, you need some learning. Humble yourself. I think that, Brittany has been through a lot. I think that Bam has been through a lot. I think that, again, it's not very fair to use one's loved one, whom they love more than anything, against them like that. He would have done, and he has done, anything for that child. You know what? We got a problem with deadbeat parents, believe it or not. I know it's hard for people to talk about. So controversial, so taboo, right? But we do. We have a problem with parents who slack, who just don't give a booty. They don't care. Why don't they care? I don't know. Couldn't be me. But they just don't. They don't care. That's a problem in this country and around the world. Parents not giving a living lick of crap. Letting their kids just go off. Letting their kids lose their lives. They don't care. Sometimes even handling that themselves, which is so messed up, right? In all these recent cases, when you have a parent that's willing to be there, you don't subtract them. When you have that person that is a person in recovery's power person, and I know it sounds messed up to say power supply, right? I know it sounds messed up to say that this is what's keeping him going, but it's the honest truth. He was fighting for that baby. He was fighting to be near his child. And it's messed up. It's just messed up to take someone's kid away from them after. And the ex, oh my goodness, the ex, I couldn't imagine dealing with her. She would drive me to drink too. And I don't even drink. But she would drive me to drink. She's that kind of person, I'm not going to lie. And I'm not just sticking up for Bam. I'm not like going to, enable him and be like, oh my gosh, da-da-da, he can act the way he acts because of this, that, and the other. Everyone needs to take accountability for their own actions, right? Even Bam. Bam realizes that he was stupid, that he's made mistakes, right? That's all very good and well. But you got to show that you've made change. You got to show it with progress and change. And honestly, I fully believe in my heart that if his family really wanted to see recovery, they would not be chasing him down like some animal. They would not be hunting him, like he's some prey. They wouldn't be forcibly putting him in this situation, circumstance over and over and over again. It just wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't, right? And I get it. Like, if your loved one is struggling, you want to do all that you can to make everything better. You want to do all that you can to help them in their recovery, to aid them in succeeding. It takes time. Sometimes relapse is a part of recovery. All these things are true, right? So maybe Bam really just needed some good friends and some time, and he really could have pulled it off. I believe that. Thank you so much to those of you who have been joining me, popping out. I really do appreciate it. You're all so amazing. And you look wonderful today, by the way. And I appreciate you so very much. All right. So like I said, recently they're all like, oh my God, Bam ran away again. He's calling his family, saying crazy things. What I really think it is just Bam calling up his family saying, I can't do this no more. I can't run no more. I'm tired. I don't want to fear. I don't want to have to look over my shoulder. I don't want to go back to some room with some stranger where I have to talk about my feelings again and again in front of people I don't know, in front of people I never met. Some of these things, they're really personal to people. And in rehab, you have to talk about it in front of everybody. You don't get a choice. You got to do it out in the open. And if you don't, they're going to act like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? That's what it would be for him. It's crazy. And I just think that, we should be able to make our own decisions at a certain point. If somebody's going to, even if that includes self-destruction, if somebody is continuously making the same mistake and they choose to do that and they're a grown human being, well, sometimes at some point you got to just let them go. You got to let them make them mistakes. It's on them. It's not up to you or anyone else how they act or live. You can't control them or their behavior. They have to want it. That's very important. But I genuinely think that Bam wanted it. I really do. I just could not fathom. I could not fathom. So, yeah, I think it's wild. So this has happened to others. I wanted to point that out. This has happened to Dave Chappelle. Where do you think Dave Chappelle went? Where do you think he went? He went out. He said, I'm out. Peace. Dave Chappelle said, these people are crazy and I want to live. So Dave Chappelle left. And they said he came back, but did he? Did Dave Chappelle really come back? Is that Dave Chappelle? I don't even know anymore, y'all. I don't even know. But it has happened to others, not just Dave Chappelle, but Dennis Quaid and his wife. Remember them? They fled to Canada. They were like, da-da-da. People are like, they're just fleeing charges. No, they were fleeing these Hollywood elites that we can finally, I guess, somewhat talk about now. Somewhat talk about, right? We can somewhat admit that all this stuff that we thought this whole time was happening is happening. We're allowed to admit that now. We're just not allowed to say who, I guess. Like, come on. Even Tucker Carlson was talking about it with the Pussycat Doll gal about what's going on in the industry. They were saying it, so we can say it now. We just can't. What? We can't hold them accountable? Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool. Awesome. Cool story, bro. Cool story, bro. Right? Ugh. Drives me crazy. Yeah. So Tucker Carlson was even talking about it recently, and guess what? He got fired from Fox after being there for how long? Curious how things happen, right? Thank you again for those of you joining me. Look at us go, trucking right along. Woohoo! This is layer number 2 of my mushroom hat. This one is definitely more mushroomy, and I will be able to have room to put the gills in, and that makes me really happy because I want to do like the lace and the gills. Thank you guys. I'm just so crafty, right? And it's crazy because like the last 2 days I was putting up the bed for the king. Many of you know that because I'm a big whiny baby. And I'm not sorry about it because I was in physical pain. But yeah, I was dealing with that, and it was just like a lot. It was a lot of work. It was a bit stressful, and I just want everything to be right for him. I just really do. He deserves the world. He deserves everything and more, and I just want to make sure everything's always perfect for him. So I know that I get too hard on myself sometimes, and I apologize for that. But that I will apologize for, because I do. Everyone could be kinder to themselves, right? That's why in the beginning of most of my streams, I try and say something kind about myself before we start, because it's just a good practice to have. Enough about me. Well, let's get back to the topic of conversation, huh? Let us go on. Don't forget, though, do like, share, do all that. It's free, because that means a whole lot to me. And that's all I ever ask of you guys. You don't hear me going, choo-choo, give me the sticker train. Choo-choo, give me your money, honey. You don't hear me saying, we've got a goal this stream. No, the goal is to be together right here, right now, in this moment. Right? That's the goal. That's the goal. So for people that are like, oh, you know, da-da-da-da, you go off, do your thing. I don't care. You stream how you stream, I'll stream how I stream. That's that, right? Please do all that. It's free. It really means a lot to me. And then when you find that money in your couch, that's when you donate, right? That's when we worry about that. Even if it's like a quarter. All right, moving on. Yeah, so why do strangers feel the need to pry in someone's life like this? Like, these people aren't even blood. They're not even, like, his family, bro. Like, why are you worried about his life like this? Why? Because there must be something of interest. And what is always of interest that can sway people's minds to do crazy things? Money, honey. It's money, honey. The answer is money. I gave you the answer. It's money. That's what it is. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, why? Like, there's no one footing the bill for free. For that type of stay. For a very expensive stay. Who's footing the bill? Because they know that if they get them put away, and they're away for so long, then they can say they need a conservatorship. Then they would all get more money. And then we get a Jamie Lynn Spears situation. We don't want to see another one of those. Thank you all so much for joining me. It really does mean a lot. You have no idea. Let me check what time it is real quick, because your girl's got a couple things to finish up today. But just know, my heart is always in the right place when I talk about these things. I'm never trying to put nobody down or hurt nobody or upset nobody or bash on nobody. But some people, oh my goodness. I can't fathom it. Right? I can't. My brain, it says no. Doesn't even try. All right, it's 1:02. We've still got a bit more time together. That makes my heart big happy because I have a little bit more to go on this, and we have a little bit more to talk about. I need to get moving along. Yeah, so, yeah, I was just going to say, too, from today's sponsor, me, because we haven't had an actual sponsor yet on this channel, which, guess what? That's fine. That's fine, because I'm picky. I have had offers, don't get me wrong. Your girl is mini famous, not famous, you know. Not to the point where you're selling souls, but to the point where like 4 people know your name, and they might go, you know that weird girl that dresses up all weird funny? I like her channel. You know that's me. Anyways, I'm the sponsor of today's video. I still got this mushy stuff all over me. Although I tried with gloves and everything not to get it all over me, but that's, you know, that's typical. I'm like, do I leave it? For now. I'll just chip it off when it dries. Okay. So, yeah. Like I stated, I really appreciate you guys. Like, I've had offers for sponsors, but I don't take them. I'm not going to just promote any type of garbage on my channel to my community. I care about you guys way too much to be giving you crap or babbling about crap that I don't know lick a snap about and selling you some bull crap. Like, no thank you. There's no magical cure here. I am not a snake oil salesman. Nope. Just not my gig. Couldn't do it. Couldn't be me, right? Alrighty. So anything that I do is the tie-dyes and the paintings. That's my form of merch, right? Because I'm not just going to use some website to print up a thing that anyone else can make in low quality. Not going to happen. So what you do get is high-quality paintings, high-quality tie-dyes, and high-quality tie with me, which is super awesome. Who doesn't love that, you know? You could ask your grandma and be like, do you like Daisy? And she would be like, love. Love. Daisy is love. And that's facts on God. Okay, so the shirts and paintings are both very affordable. This is how you help out. This is how you support. And this is how you do yourself a favor. There's nothing wrong with, like, doing a little something for yourself every now and then. And if getting one of these paintings that you just, oh my goodness, look at this. Look at that transition of sparkle and color. To die for it. I'm gassed. I am gassed. Like, I can't stop looking at the different colors. Sorry. Yeah, you're gonna thank me later. Like, if you were to end up purchasing something, you're gonna be like, wow, this is the most awesome thing. Because not only do they glow, they sparkle. It's all kinds of fancy stuff. Yeah, and I just appreciate you guys. I appreciate that you enjoy this artwork and this channel and all of the other creators that shout me out or, give that support. Just know that you are in my heart and it means the world to me because I just couldn't have done this without you. I couldn't have gotten to the 11K without you, and I really feel like because of you, we're finally going to be able to get moving again, and I'm so ready for that. I've been ready for that. I've been praying. I say, God, please tell me, is it my time? Is it my time? Will they hear me, God? Like, will more people see my channel? And then finally it's like, yes, okay. So I'm like, okay. Okay. Finally, lastly, about all that jazz. Memberships are only $2 holla. So check them out when you get a chance. But don't worry about it, okay? Also, yeah, check my other socials. I'm on Twitch, Dame Daisy Plays. I'm on TikTok, modmaggieart. I'm on Snapchat and Twitter, modmaggieart. I'm on, my second channel is Maggie Mayhem. And that's where the future surprise is going. So don't forget to check on my second channel. I will remember to link it up here when I'm done. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, don't wait till I'm famous, by the way. Like, don't wait till I'm no longer mini famous and, like, actually famous, because then it won't be so affordable, right? Like, right now, in this moment, you're never going to get these paintings or shirts or any of this at this price again. It will not happen, because I don't have to lop my ear off to sell a couple paintings, right? I just don't. May he rest in peace. Our Father Van Gogh. I'm just kidding. Listen, though. I'm serious. It'll never be this cheap again. So if you are so encouraged, you can check it out at damevonbondaisyart on Insta. Okay, that's all done. Thank you for putting up with that. I really appreciate it. Now back to the show. If y'all don't giggle and get some of these inside jokes, I swear to God, I tried too hard. I tried too hard. Like, the behavioral zinc one yesterday had me rolling in my, like, I was busting in stitches on the inside. I was laughing so hard. Oh my gosh. And if you didn't get the joke, go ahead, go back to some of the streams and just watch, because it's not just ramblings all the time, okay? There are jokes in there. By the way, hit the like. It's free. Okay, let's go on. So, Bam, do you think Bam is creating these scenarios? No. It's Lima and his mom and all these people that are not good people. Okay? People. They're not very good people. Alright. I won't keep you too much longer because you guys know I always try to get you about your day. I know that you're busy and I know that some of you are just listening and chilling, and that's so fine. I appreciate you too. So in affliction, they need to take responsibility. In affliction, they have to understand that there was something wrong and that they had a part in this. Bam was even forced to make a video denouncing this whole ordeal, in which he did. Bam denounced Free Bam. He said that he didn't know about it. Here's the thing, he didn't even know about Free Bam. Bam made what is known as a hostage video. This is what that surprise witness calls it, a hostage video, because Bam didn't want to make this video. He didn't even know about Free Bam, y'all. And this is what happens in the what do you call it, in the biz, right? In the business, in Hollywood and all that. This is the type of shady practices that happen. They can really do these messed up things. So Bam Margera was locked away. He was thrown away in what we know as, say it with me now, the Florida Shuffle. What is that? What does that even mean? Well, I personally know that the shuffles are real. This is happening in the U.S. right this moment. What is it? It is very real, and it should be illegal. High five myself for that. High five you for that, because that should be freaking illegal. Okay, you shouldn't be able to rehab back to back to back to back to back. That's hiding somebody. That's putting someone away. That's jail. That's not rehab. Okay? That is what that is. Like, we have to acknowledge these things. It's okay to say it, because if people won't say it, they won't know. People won't know. So we have to say it, right? It should be illegal, and that's my unprofessional opinion, okay? I personally know this is real. The pharmaceutical business has great profit. We know this. So it's no wonder why things like this would happen, how people would abuse the system like this. It is of such great profit that they don't even consider. It's problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem, which is, oh my goodness, all these people with affliction. Well, all Timmy did was have a toothache, and you hopped him up on 20 refills. Timmy had a toothache. Doc McStuffins. Like, what the heck? And we saw this time and time again. Who are the real pushers? Who? Can we say it? No, don't say it. But we know who, okay? They played a part. They created the problem. They created the reaction, which is all of us saying, oh no, we don't want our community, all of our loved ones, all our people sick and addicted. This is bad. So what do? They create rehabilitation centers, rehabs, and what does that do? Medicine for medicine for medicine for medicine for medicine, right? Bam Margera again said it himself. I went in on 2 meds, Adderall and whatever else, and I came out on 10. And that's what happens. And that's what happens. They go in with one issue, they come out with 6. They treat one symptom with another medication that treats one symptom with another medication, and now you've got 10 medications, and you're 12 years old. Like, what the hell? This should not be okay. These things should not be allowed. But it happens, okay? So, that's what they want, though, is a drugged up masses, so that, one, they're not aware of what's happening to them. 2, they don't acknowledge what's happening to them. They don't want to, because some people might be ashamed of what happened, because they never grew up to say, I want to be this or that. I want to be afflicted. I want to deal with that in my life. Who does that? No child grows up to say, I want to be an addict. It doesn't happen. It doesn't. Okay? This ish is scary. It's terrible. This shouldn't happen. And we shouldn't have to wait for the reaction for the solution. And they're looking at these rehabs as the solution. The masses are crying out that we want our people to be okay, that we want a real solution, one with a clear foundation, one without this terrible mistreatment of people. Do you know how many? Never mind. Addiction does not discriminate. It doesn't care. Race, creed, or color. It doesn't care if you're rich or poor. And again, no one grows up saying, I want to have an affliction. It just doesn't happen, okay? So I am ashamed to admit, but at one point I felt differently about people that took certain things. I felt differently about them because I thought they were different than me, right? I thought they were different, but they're not. They're just people who are struggling, trying to get through every day. And once I had someone in my life that I love more than anything, right, that I saw suffer from these things, it changes your whole worldview. You will never again look at someone and call them a junkie. You wouldn't. And you don't know these people's circumstances. You don't. Like, we don't know how these people became afflicted. It's like Alex Murdaugh or whatever. Dude's wealthy as hell. Dude said I was taking 60 grams worth of medication a month. That I don't know if you guys understand the math of addiction, but that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Please hit the like. It's not a popularity contest, but it does tell the algorithm I'm here. People are listening. They appreciate this conversation and want to hear and know about what's going on with Bam. And thank you guys so, so much. So, yeah, I was young and unaware. And now I can tell you that it is a very serious thing. It's a sad set of circumstances. There is no greater fear than knowing your loved one is out there, caught in this affliction. And that you don't know if they're going to come home the next day or not. That you don't know if they're going to be okay or not. You don't know if you're going to pick them up and they're going to be coherent or not. If they're going to be awake or not. If they'll be breathing or not. When a loved one is fully caught in the throes of addiction, it's horrifying. It's scary. It's complicated. It's ugly. It's brutal. There's nothing pretty about it. You can't put a bow on it. And you can't be somebody's savior. Bam wanted it for himself. They should have allowed that. They shouldn't be chasing him down. Bam would have sought recovery. He was with it. He said he initiated it. He said, I'm willing. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. As soon as you hear that, I'm willing, you take that moment. And you say, okay, in this moment, what can we do to further your recovery? In this moment, what are you willing to do to say, I'm going to commit to this, right? And you take baby steps. But they're throwing them in such an uncomfortable position. They're taking them against their will. They're forcing them. They're treating him like an animal. It's like so disturbing. There's no fear like this fear. There's no fear like that fear. And it's frustrating because these people are people. And believe it or not, a lot of them are still worthy of a good life. They're not just worthless. They're not just people that deserve to be thrown away or forgotten about. But that's what society wants to do. They want to leave them in the back alleys and not see it. Not see the problem that's right in their face. And if you don't care enough to want to help others, like, in that situation or see them recover, that's sick. That's sick and sad. Like, that's not good. They're worthy of a good life. So if anyone in my community is ever struggling, you know that you can always hit me up. You can email me. You can text me. You can hit me on my Insta, Facebook, whatever. I'm here for you. And if you don't hear from me right away, you can always hit up the higher council, which would be people like Cal, M, others. They have gone through it. They know. We have experienced struggle in our life, and we get it more than anyone ever could, right? We're here for you. So don't ever feel like you're alone, because you're not. And together we do recover, and it is one day at a time. So let's better understand these people. Let's try to understand these people. Let's try to understand the shuffle and why it happens. The shuffle is a designed system to cause people to relapse and be forced back into a rehabilitation center, then putting them into a halfway home, and then putting them at risk of relapse, then putting them back into the rehab center, putting them into a halfway home. And this continuously happens again and again. And it does happen to people. It's very real. It's like, this is wild to me. But this happens because it's so profitable. Because insurances can keep hitting, getting hit. Like, they keep hitting your insurance. They keep hitting your insurance. They're going to get it for all that it's got. And if they see somebody that has good money, they're going to keep shuffle. The more money you have, the more shuffles you get. And I am not surprised that Bam is one of the ones to get shuffled the most. because he has the money to keep paying to stay, right? And here's the thing, especially when you're a celeb and you have like, you want to be in your own separate room, that's going to cost more, right? So they're already paying a hefty chunk. Then their insurance is paying a hefty chunk. And again, medicine, to get off medicine, to get off medicine, to get off medicine. And it's like, when does this end? When does it end? To anyone going through it, stay strong, you're worthy, and I do care about you. Rehabs prey on our most vulnerable, on our loved ones, at their weakest moments. And that's what really, really grinds my gears, is when people are after people in their weakest times, in their hardest times, like kicking people while they're down. It's so unnecessary. Sorry, I need a sip. Sponsor me, baby. It's soda. Okay. So, it's not a vacation. Inpatient treatment is commonly known as 24-hour, around-the-clock care. This type of care is hands-on, right? Very, you're busy, like the whole time. So, seemingly, they treat people more like prisoners. And that's a problem. These are not prisoners. These are people who have gone through it. These are people who've, done whatever. They're not criminals. They're not prisoners. Just because you have an affliction doesn't make you a criminal, right? I know people are going to be like, Daisy, how can you say that? They're doing criminal act. No. Just because you have an affliction, it doesn't make you a criminal. Yep, I said it. And I'll say it again. All right, and it's just like being poor is not a crime. Or being mentally unwell is not a crime, right? It's just not. So consider that, when they start just picking people off the street like they are. And putting them away. It's weird. It's really weird to me. Yeah, so they treat you like you're an inmate, okay? They treat you like you're in jail. And it's not a vacation. It's not like this beautiful thing. It's not like, oh, calm recovery, yoga. We're having frappes and, yogurt. No, it's not like that. And believe it or not, some rehabs are even connected to inmates' quarters. That's weird. Why would wait a minute. I have a question. Why would a rehab be connected to inmates' quarters? Is it because they're seen as criminals? How messed up is this, right? Like, what? We have some serious stigma in this country that we need to rework real hard, because what? They put a rehab with prisoners. Do you know what that is? That's a moth to a flame, baby. That's a moth to a flame. That's saying, guess what? If you're not here yet in this part, you will be. That's what that's saying. That is demeaning AF. Just saying. To even be like, do you comprehend? You're being fed the same bull crap as prisoners. You get the same beds as prisoners. Pardon me, I thought I was getting help. Like, what? What sense does this make? Hey, Cal, how are you? So good to see you. I'm wearing your necklace today. I needed to summon the power of Cal. So I'm wearing the necklace, and it's helping. I'm in a much better mood, and I appreciate the love that the necklace has to help me through the day, truly. Okay, so Bam Margera, long story short, they're going through it. They're dealing with it. Please hit the like. It's free. I really appreciate you guys. And this is worse than I've ever seen, right? Why are they treating him like a criminal? Guess what? I'm going to say it one more time. Just because you have an affliction doesn't make you a criminal. Bop. But Daisy, how could this happen? Well, like I said, say you hurt your foot, and then you get prescribed, and then you get 70 refills. And oh my goodness, now you're addicted. Whose fault is this? Whose fault is this? Did you go out and say, I want addiction? No. You said, owie, my foot. That's what you said, owie, my foot. And what do you get? Addiction. Bah. Like, what? How? My foot. That's it. These things happen. These things really happen. And it's sad. It's really freaking sad. We shouldn't be, like, knowing that our freaking firm is, like, the biggest pushers and just be like, doo-doo-doo. That's that. All right, we have a little bit more to go, and then I've got to go. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we have achieved one of my longest streams ever. Thank you so much for being here for it. You're so beautiful. I want to, like, pop a popper. For those of you who missed the outfit of the day, let me give you a quick peek. But why is he being mistreated? Why, during the lowest part of someone's life, are they attacking him in such a way, hunting him down? Why, during such a sensitive moment, are they doing this so publicly? Here's the thing. Money is going to cause people to lack compassion in certain circumstances. So maybe, who knows? You know, I don't know. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm wearing leggings. Everybody's like, okay. Look how cute this is. This is the second day of it. Ta-da! And it has like these sparklies. That's why you see the sparkles. It's so cute. So this one's more like steampunk. Hold on. I'm like, can I get up there? Yes. Ta-da! Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. It looks so cool though. Okay. I should have jumped. Jump! Do a backflip! It looks so cute though. I need like a pair of wings and I should have worn my ears. That's what I should have done. But it's too late. No going back now. Yeah, it looks so cute though. And I was going for more of like, you guys know I love the rose gold. Like, my favorite thing ever. So that's what I was going for. And it's getting there. But when it was first done, it was like a bit darker. And I was like, ooh, oh no. And I really like the girl that does my hair. So I'm like, I can't even say anything and be like, girl, it's a little, can we like more translucent, less color, and like sparkly and shiny. You know what I mean? But I don't want to tell her how to do her job, so. Yeah, there's that. But it's getting there. It's getting there. And I never want to touch it either. After someone does my hair, I'm like, will they get offended if I like try and put highlights in it now? Or would they be upset if I do something to it and they're going to be like, why did you touch your hair? Because listen, I lived with a girl that did hair. She was cray, like, about my hair. If I even tried to do it alone, she was like, you're going to mess it up. Why would you do this? Like, and then she dyed it the wrong color on purpose. It was so rude. We're just trying to see how this could work in other ways. What's happening in this moment? No one knows. But someone's going to clip it. There we go. Yeah, very steampunk. Oh, I should have got my goggles too. Oh, I'm definitely wearing it like that though, for sure. Okay. Ugh. Sorry. I'm a big bullet every time. Okay, stop messing around. It's time to get back to the show. All right, back to business. Comic relief, y'all, okay? Sometimes we need it. Okay. So, Bam's been lied to time and time again. He's been tricked time and time again. Not okay, no bueno, unacceptable. Especially by the people that he loves most. He's constantly being deceived. So that's not good, right? This is manipulation, and it's going to cause distrust. It's going to cause Bam to lie, and it's going to cause him to run. But Bam agreed that he was willing to do this. So, in the terms of conservatorships, it's like they do want to profit. They want to be a savior. Listen, you don't have to be somebody's savior to be an amazing person, just so you know. Lima! Just so you know, right? So, back to Bam running away. Let's kind of wrap it all up in a frail little bow, even though that's not life, right? Nor is it affliction. Now I've got it on my nose. Darn it! I've got paper mache on my nose. I'm gonna mache my nose holes shut. Okay, focus, sorry. Okay, Bam's running away. If people in his life continue to lie, he's like, they put me in this position at risk of affliction and relapse, right? He's saying, my ex is so rude, da-da-da-da. I'd be upset too, just to be clear, what Knoxville has done, it's just not it's not appropriate. And by the way, it was Knoxville that started them on all this stuff. Like, just so we know, just so we're clear, it was Knoxville that was like, hey, take this. It'll help with filming. Hey, take this. It'll help with the pain. Hey, take this. We'll get through filming better if you do, right? Hey, how curious. How curious, Knoxville. How curious, right? You were okay with Adderall and things like that then when he needed it, and Bam actually has ADHD, but now it was a problem, right? It seemed obvious that Bam is neurodivergent. Like, I don't know anybody that didn't know. Like, that again, not a professional, but it seems like a given based on the show alone, right? Others clearly say that they couldn't see the writing on the wall. Bam claims he was prescribed up to 10 medications, and he even had the ones for his ADHD. Can relate, you know, because I have ADHD. But due to all this business, it was only a matter of time, like I stated, before it would crumble and fall, and that's the beating on themselves type thing. So, yeah, at the time, there was a bunch of craziness that was going on too in Bam's life that would literally come barreling down the road, right? And that would be the whole Ryan Dunn. So one random night, Bam was quite upset. He started throwing things. He wasn't even sure why, but by phone, he would later find out that his best friend had passed due to driving while intoxicated, and that's what they said. That he was found after being in an accident. So I think that this was hard for Bam. I think that this made things worse for Bam. I think that this increased his willingness to do things that he wouldn't normally do. I think that this was encouragement to do the bad things that he was falling into, only more so. Because that's the only way he could cope. That's the only way he could turn that off. You're right? So, if anybody was close in that group, it was those two. And if anybody was sad about it, it was Bam. Like, that's facts. Bam lost his ish that night, and he knew it. Like, he knew it in his heart. He knew that a part of himself had died that day as well. Lima, April, and Bam, and like, how did we end up here now, right? This is an important part too that I want to point out real quick while you're listening and I have your attention, right? How does a person heal if their environment is sick? Can we consider that? Like, how does one heal if their environment is sick? They can give it all they've got. They can try all they will. But is it truly then, you know, they're in their hands if something were to occur? Because it seems like there's a lot of factors at play, right? So, plain and simple, the shuffle is real. And why won't they help Bam? Like, why don't they actually want to help Bam? And why is a stranger footing the cost? And again, rehabs can be very costly. We know this. Bam believed that Lima was using this, or no, I believe that Lima is using this as an opportunity to clear her name. We know that Bam struggled, but we really don't know of his true struggles, right? And why he feels like he can no longer trust them. He can't even trust his own mother at this point, and he said that. So again, let me tell you one more time, what is this shuffle exactly? It's when they send you to rehab to halfway house, to rehab to halfway house. And I want to talk for a really quick moment about proximity to danger. When you're in affliction and you're struggling, you have to consider your proximity to danger. I mean, we all should, even if you're not in affliction or recovery, right? So if you're out in the world and say you're around a bunch of people who, you know, like to ingest things that make them go cuckoo, and they have a bunch of boomsticks, you know, that is an increase of your proximity to danger, right? So Bam, his increase in proximity to danger is actually his very own friends and family. That's sad. That's freaking sad. How does one heal in an environment that is sick? I really hope that Bam sees what's happening. I really hope that he's finally aware. He claims that he's free via that surprise witness. But one thing we know is that he may truly never be free as long as Lima is chasing him around. Bam should be allowed to do as he pleases there comes a point where we do have to accept that one's actions are their own, even if they are destructive. And that's facts. They keep hitting the insurance, they get paid back to back. I've learned a lot about this due to having a loved one in my life be in that very circumstance where he was put in a rehab and then put in a halfway house and then relapsed and then put back in rehab. And it happened, I think, twice. So, affliction can be healed. We do recover. It happens. You have to really work at it. There has to be love and there has to be compassion. If there is no love, if there is no compassion, said person may feel as though their life is not worthy or matter at all. So they will do things that are negative and hurtful to themselves without even really considering who they're really hurting or how many people they could be hurting. Sorry, my butt's ringing. I apologize. Oh, it's a scam. Should we answer it? Daisy. Yes. No. Bye. Wait, subscribe to my YouTube channel, DameVonBonDaisy, and send over a pizza if you could. Thanks, Jesus. It was Jesus. Just kidding. It was a scam. Okay. Almost done. Yeah, proximity to danger. It's important, whether you're going through this or not, okay? I just think that there are so many people that are misunderstood. And this is a problem that we're seeing that I pointed out last time, okay? We have all this stuff about, oh, addicts in recovery. And people believe they know about the circumstance, but they don't know anyone who's been in recovery. They don't have a loved one that's been through it. Like, no, you don't really know, right? And it's the same thing when yeah, I want some pizza. Darn, this paper mache in my nose. I should have just grabbed a tissue. I think it's better now, though. What I did was I wiped it right there, too. And all I can smell now is the paper mache. Okay, so I've learned a lot about this. I'm grateful that I did. I want to be a voice for the voiceless. I want to help those who have had their rights taken away. I can't fathom this. It really, it hurts my heart. This is so destructive and so toxic and so traumatizing. And I know that word gets overused, but this is a circumstance where it should be used. Okay? That's a traumatizing circumstance. Okay. When bad people consider and continue to use loopholes to be putting Bam under these conditions, putting him away under 5150s, which is, again, when they can hold you against your will. If a loved one or partner is concerned over your health or well-being, and you have any physical things that show that you should have concern, or that a person is a danger to themselves or others, they can and will be locked up for up to 72 hours. Bam, again, one more time, was shuffled up to 11 times. Some of these stays were up to 90 days or more. I could not fathom being told 190 days and going 70 days in a wake up, 40 days in a wake up, 20 days in a wake up. It's my day. Baby boy, here I come. I see my child. And then there's no baby. And then you go straight to another 90 days. What? This is what they're looking forward to. This is what they're fighting for. It blows my mind. To remove the one thing that keeps them strong and keeps them working on their purpose, it's heartbreaking. And yes, once more, I'm talking about Bam's child. It's the glimmer of hope in his dark times. And they wanted to take that away. The nerve of these people, it's sickening to hear. And I couldn't imagine, living through this. I couldn't imagine. Bam has shown such strength and resilience, and I'm so glad that he's still here with us. Free Bam is a very real thing. People don't even understand what he's been through, especially with Lima. Recently, Bam was living with a shaman, and it's a dry and clean house. He's living with a shaman, walking, taking care of himself. And with Lima, it's rules for thee and not for me, and it's not right. I pray that Bam finds true happiness and freedom. I pray that they get away from Lima. I pray that he's truly free. But after this ominous foreshadowing, Bam would go missing just yesterday or the day before. Bam has now been found, but he was turned in and had to pay. Pay? Why? Why? What happened, right? Why did he feel the need to be on the run? Why do others feel when they're in Hollywood they have to be on the run? We have to consider that. And thank you all again for just spending this time with me. It means so much. And I can't believe his ex as well, to do this to him. And he states on that surprise witness that they were walking with their child and they're swinging. And she's like, yeah, like one big and happy family. And Bam's like, yeah. Isn't that what we want? Like, isn't that what's best for our child? The answer is yes, by the way. For those of you who, you know, may not know. The answer is yes. So I find this ominous foreshadowing so curious. I find it interesting that all of a sudden, after he spoke out on that surprise witness, he's now gone. And I'm not putting any blame on that surprise witness. I know they have no clue what's going on. I'm just saying the circumstances are curious, right? He just wanted to be near his baby. And who can blame him? Who wouldn't want to be near their child? With all the deadbeat parents in the world, we should be grateful that this man wanted to be near their baby. We should be grateful that they wanted to be a part of their life. And in my honest opinion, Bam cannot and will not be free once more until he gets away from Lima. Lima, you got to get out of his life. This is not good. You're going to cause him to go through the same experience as Amanda Rebb, and it's not right. It's not right. If Bam's family really has concern, I hope that you hear this, okay? I know that you care, but your approach is all wrong. Recovery is not one road for everyone. Recovery looks different for everyone. Just because it may have worked for X, Y, and Z or Steveo one way, doesn't mean it's going to work that way for Bam. Clearly, he needs a different approach. And by now, I hope you realize that. This man deserves the world. This man has worked his butt off. This man is a legend. The myth, the legend. Genuinely. Bam knows in his heart that love is key. And when people are against him, and he sees this now. Understanding and love is the key to those with affliction. And it really does make a world of difference. Bam is still out there fighting for his life, and we should be fighting for him too. I don't get it. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. I could not fathom, y'all. I could not fathom if somebody was trying to be like, I'm going to put you away. I was like, I'm going to put you away too. I'm going to put you away too. Come with me. She's crazy too. What? Ta. Oh, now she got boo-boo too. She did that to herself. Nobody saw nothing. You be going with me too. I'd be like, wow. No kidding. You want a 51-50 me? We're going in together. You can stay with me. We're going to have a sleepover. I don't think that anyone should have the ability to take away another person's freedom, especially if they're not even family or blood. I do believe that there are ways that we should be able to help these people who are struggling, but not in this manner. I think this is abrasive. I think it's too much. It's not what's working for him. And I hope in the bottom of my heart that they really do realize this, because Bam Margera has worked his buns off. He deserves a good life. He's put his body to the max. He's pushed the limits. The man just wanted to be in the freaking movie, Knoxville. Like, what's your problem? What's your problem? Why couldn't you just let him have that? Why couldn't you just let him have that? Why? It's beyond me. Okay, listen. I gotta get going, because I guess I should switch out of this before I grab the king, you know? I'm sure that the teachers would love it. But, no, I'm gonna switch and put on a sweater real quick. But thank you guys, genuinely, so much for hanging out with me. You don't know, like, I really so appreciate it. And it really does warm my heart. And I want to thank again, once more, all the creators that have been shouting me out. No matter what size you are, by the way. I don't care if you have 1 subscriber and you're like, Daisy, I'm for it. I'm loving it. Ba, 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 ba. Like, I freaking love it, okay? So, don't forget, like, sub, hit the bell, because it's free, and we do all that is free. This thing is dang near dried already. Holy cow. I'm going to have to go for layer 3 and 4. I'll let you know how that goes. I'll let you know how the other one goes. For those of you that didn't see it, the other mushroom is more like a toad. Which is awesome. I'm still going to paint it. It's still going to look amazing. But it's funny to me. It's funny that it turned out this way, okay? So yeah, what do you guys think about all this? Were you a fan of Bam? Were you a fan of CKY? Like, how did you feel about all this? Let's look at a couple more paintings real quick too that you can get at damevonbondaisyart on Insta. It's upside down, or is it? We don't know. It goes every which way. So yeah, check out my art there. I'm also on Twitch, DameVonBonDaisy because I do, and sometimes I win. And yesterday I went back to Fortnite for a hot minute, and ooh boy, I was slaying and playing, and I was sliding and jumping, and it was so much fun. Look at this. I just love this. I just love how the different sparkles look. Look at that. This one's obviously a green sheer. This one's obviously like an orange sheer. And when you see that different, oh, I care too freaking much about little details like that. It's absurd. Even in my videos, I'll like one transition will be my favorite part of the whole thing. And I'll just be like, how genius was this transition, right? By the way, for those of you who normally do watch my videos, don't worry. Like, I've been working on that sky video. It's just been a while since I put out an actual video because I've just been streaming and hanging out with y'all, and that's good with me. But I want to make another video because I have a really good topic, and you guys are going to be blown away, okay? You're just not even going to believe this. So, it goes along with, you know, of course, more topics that are quite curious. But have you ever heard of the government possibly using psychics? Have you ever heard of the different experiments with our psyche? Well, lucky for you, I'm just one curious kitty, and I love hearing about all these experiments. I love reading about them. I love learning about them. I don't love that they happened, but they happened to teach us something. So let's get some knowledge, right? Let me check through the chat because I don't want to miss anything. I've seen you guys popping up, but I feel like when I'm chatting and I've been slapping on the paper mache, I might have missed a message or two, and I don't want to do that because you guys, seriously, you are awesome. Okay, you're so awesome. You're so awesome. Look at this one, so cute. This one's gonna sell. Yeah, this one's gonna sell. I feel it. Like, normally I have a good gauge of like which ones will sell right away and which ones won't. And others, it's like, that's cool because I really like this one. And I'm fine with holding on to it a little longer until the right person comes along. Because the right person always comes along, right? They always do. Eventually, but they do. They resonate with a certain piece. They feel it in their soul. And they go, oh my goodness, how much? And I tell them, this type of piece would only be $30. And they are shooketh. $30 for this? Oh, this? Yes, this? Yes. Affordable. Affordable. Why? Because it's for all people. All people. Art is for everyone. And it should be affordable. It should be. For all of you. So, no pressure. But hey, do check me out on the other socials if you're there. And if not, cool beans. Thanks for hanging out with me here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. If it's your first time, let us know down below so that we can give you many hugs and flowers and just appreciation for being here. I mean that. I'm going to remind you one more time, please do all that is free. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones. Tell your loved ones you love them. You don't need an excuse, okay? And thank you again one more time to my members. You are the coal that makes this train roll. And I really couldn't do it without you. I really couldn't. This channel is funded by amazing viewers like yourselves. And you're just awesome. This is Octane from Iglex Legends. I love you too. I love you too. I really do. I really do. Don't, no, I'm leaving. Stop it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for donating. I really do appreciate it. You little scoundrel. I was so close to winning and I was so excited. I was like, see? I really do. I get way too excited. Like, if I pull off a whole stream and no one donates and I'm like, bah, and I leave, I just giggle. And why? Like, it works against me, but I think it's so funny. I can't even help it. Seriously, though, thank you so much. Like, it touches my heart when you do that. And, you have no idea. Like, it's so amazing of you. You guys, you don't have to. Like, you don't have to. But when you do, it just makes it that much more, like, Thank you. And I am doing okay, by the way, because I know that some people are like, oh my God, Daisy, you're a mess. And I'm like, yeah, well, always, but let's see. Oh, you guys. Hey, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Hello, Wolfpack. Everybody, check out Wolfpack, by the way. If you haven't seen their art, check their art out. I'm so sorry I didn't see you sooner. But listen, you guys, we did it. We sat together through my longest stream. And if you can find one moment with over 5 seconds of silence, I will give you a painting for free. I mean it. Test me. Try me. Do it. Okay? I hope that you guys learned a little bit more about the whole Bam Margera situation. And really, though, please go about your day and just have the best day ever, okay? And remind yourself to take a break sometimes. And it's okay to play, okay? Thank you for coming to your very own deprogramming session. I just appreciate you. Oh, you made it, and now I've got to go. This is genuine hot hands, not the weird ones, okay? Bye, guys. Love you so much.